It looks like you have strength showing up for you, Sag. Strength is all about endurance, patience, softness. Strength doesn't force anything to happen. She's able to open the jaws of that lion through her sheer softness and her endurance and her ability to just be strong and hang in there and hold on and tap into her inner fortitude, her inner forbearance, and just remain patient and enduring of things. So that's showing up at the beginning of October for you, Sag. It's a lovely card that it's showing that you've got strength on your side. And then the Seven of Cups is showing up for you as well. That's a card about making decisions and having a range of options. Sometimes because of all this cloud energy, it's got a lot of Neptune energy to it. Sometimes things aren't showing up as they seem. In other words, you need to look behind the veil to test that things are actually what they appear to be. And sometimes with Seven of Cups, there's a little bit of illusion going on, or, you know, when you're making decisions, sometimes it can bring a feeling of, I made this choice, but is it really what I thought it was going to be? And that might be part of the reason that you're needing to tap into your strength, is because there may have been a decision that was a little cloudier, or an option that didn't turn out to be what you thought it was. And that's why you're having to kind of have patience or endurance through this Seven of Cups decision that was either already made or that's yet to be made. So this is just saying, you know, be careful of what you select, because things are not always what you think they are, or they may not be as satisfying as you thought they were, or just, it's like test things out before you make a decision on things. Because this can be temptation, this can be making a hasty decision. Just be careful. Make a choice that you know you're going to be happy and satisfied and fulfilled with, that your cup, which is your heart, will be filled in having made that choice. This is showing us there's lots of options, lots of choices can be made. What's going to be most important to you? So that's coming up. And also, because Magician is showing up, it's showing that you have the power to create your own reality. You have the power to bring things into creation. That's what Magician does. Magician takes all of the resources available to him, the wand of fire, the sword of air, and the mental element, the cup, which is all about heart and the emotional realm, and then the coin, which is about the physical or material plane, and he merges all of those and takes from the ethereal world down through him as like an electrical conduit, and creates, says abracadabra, let it be, and he creates the reality around him. He creates something. So you have, you know, this choice to make, and you have the ability to make this reality happen. So lots of power and strength at the beginning of the month for you, Sag. And you also have a lot of courageousness and a lot of courage, risk-taking. Jack of Wands can be a little bit like cocky or daring, but he's very confident, and he's very, you know, he's willing to take a chance on things. On the high side, it's courageousness. On the low side, it can be recklessness. So be careful. Try to have the confidence that Jack of Wands is showing up for. You know, Magician is a very powerful card. So that a lot of things can be accomplished when Magician is around. And then also Jack of Clubs is very confident and capable, but be careful that you're just not being reckless or cocky, because that's Knight of Clubs energy. You know, be careful that you just like don't go off the cliff with that Knight of Rods energy. Be careful that you access the high side, which is the confidence, courage, and daring that he has in tandem with the Magician, the power of Magician, which is very creative, very unique and original, creates his world around him. Lots of really strong, powerful cards at the beginning of October for you, Sag. So that's good. That's going to be a lot of fun. And you being a fire sign, you know, Knight of Wands is fire, so you're going to be right at home with that. Towards the middle of the month, it looks like there may be some definite difficult change is happening. I mean, I'm just reading the cards. 5 of Cups is grief. 4 of Swords is taking a time out. Tower is sudden and dramatic change. And 7 of Wands is struggle. Traditionally, those are the readings of all those, the meanings of those cards. However, there's other things going on. 5 of Cups does mean grief, means sadness, sorrow. You could see that the figure is preoccupied with blood or wine that's been spilt in the foreground, but what he doesn't see is that there's still two cups available to him. So that's like saying there's still love available, but he just needs to turn around and not focus on what's happened, but turn around and focus on what's still available to him, that he's not broken. He's not, he's preoccupied with grief and sorrow, but there's still love available to him there. And then it's also saying, maybe that you need to take a time out and regather your strength. You may go through some sort of loss here, or you're mourning some loss, and strength and success will get you through it, or some rescuer. But it's going to be beneficial for you, Sag, in the middle of the month to take a time out. This is 4 of Swords, which you can see it's like an armored knight who is taking a moment out of battle. And I call this, resting to fight another day or gathering strength. This is a real card of reflection. Swords represent the mental state, so it's a card of thinking things over, just, thinking about what's happened, taking time out, taking a rest, taking a break, and waiting to go back out into battle another day. So this is like taking a rest from the battles, the woes of the world. This is pretty, it's like sad energy, but maybe you can take a moment to just reflect on things and be at peace and take a rest, because there's big changes ahead. You might be mourning something, taking some time out to think things over, and then this is when kaboom, things happen. Tower is sudden, dramatic change. You usually don't see it coming, or it usually comes out of nowhere, or this could be what someone said, the last final straw, and that was like the lightning bolt that just tore things apart. Or could be like a cataclysmic fight, or it can be renewal. If there's some old structure that has been built that's no longer working, Tower will break it and burn it apart. So there's big changes ahead. And 7 of Wands, the traditional word for this card is struggle, but I like to call it success despite adversity, because part of what's going on in this card is that he's fighting off all these people. Sometimes he could be perceived, though, that he's leading other people. This is a card about asserting yourself and standing up for what you believe in, being willing to fight for it. And it's usually this person, I always point out, is in a position of advantage. So he's at the top. He's not at the bottom. He's at the top fighting now other people who maybe want to take his spot. So I call it success despite adversity. And if you can stick with what you believe in and being willing to fight for it, you're probably going to have success with it. It's just going to be that there may be some struggle or some adversity to fight through. So that's 7 of Clubs energy. So you've got a very intense middle of October coming, Sag. It's good that you have all this strength and power and decision making at the beginning of the month and courage, because there may be something that you're mourning or sad about in the middle of the month, and you need to take some time out before these big changes occur. This could just be like new life is happening for you, especially in line with Magician. This is like, what have you created? What are you creating for yourself? And then towards the end of the month, you have someone sort of coming to the rescue for you, or this could be you, Sag. 6 of Wands is all about success and victory and triumph. And what I'm going to say is that in line with these cards, strength, endurance, patience, and this grief or sorrow, you ultimately come out with success in this. And you may rescue yourself from a situation. You may need to be that person who rides in on the white horse and is the rescuer. But success and victory is favored here. The only thing that I'm seeing is that it may be at the expense of your, family, or it may be some sort of domestic bliss that you thought was going to be there. That's the normal meaning of this card, but it's in reverse. So it looks like you're going to come out on top, but it may be that your family is breaking apart, or the relationship that you thought was going to be there, or there's some sort of, normally this card means joy or peace or family, but in its reverse, it's like instead of it's catching the rainbow, it's like the rainbow is pouring out of it. All the joy is pouring out of this, what you thought was there. So, and it may be in relation to a woman who is very opinionated. Queen of Swords is very strong. She's usually like sharp-tongued. And she's very willing to defend what she believes in also. So she's going to stand up for her truth. She's going to be she can be a little bit sharp, but she can be very authoritative. She's the kind of person who gets down to business and knows her version of the truth. And she's willing to defend that. So this loss, even though you're coming out in a victorious, rescuing state through the grief and through the strength, there may be someone, this could go two ways. This could be the person that you are fighting with in your family. Could be someone who is on the other side of this. I'm just seeing pouring out of joy from that family thing. She could be someone who is either you're in conflict with over that, or she could be like a sister who is an ally, who's willing to speak the truth, or a woman who sees the truth and is willing to say it. Oftentimes this can be an air sign like Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, in which case they will come to your aid and say, no, this is how it goes. This is what really happened. This is the truth. And she can be very sharp about it. So that could be someone, again, from your family. If there's discord in your family, or the absence of peace, the absence of joy, or this just says to me problems with the family. And this is someone who either you're struggling with, you're tangling with, that's creating this, or she could be on your side saying, no, this is what actually happened. And that's why you're getting some success from it. But at the end of the month, this 7 of coins, in reverse, 7 of coins is the farmer card. And this usually means just like reassessing things, reevaluating things, trying to discover if what you've planted is the harvest that you want. And that's in reverse. It reminds me of the 7 of Cups. It's another 7 card, which is about the spirit. It's about reflection. It's about being a student and being a disciple of something, really studying something hard. So in this case, it's studying choices of your heart. What it is that you want? Is it going to be what you thought it was? 7 of coins is saying, did you create what you wanted to create? And with Magician, all this creative power, is this really the field of crops that you wanted to plant? And is this really what you want to harvest? This is in reverse. So this is saying you may be reevaluating or reassessing things. Here's another 7 card too. So 7 of Wands, you've got a lot of 7 energy, which is all about studying things. It's spiritually based, and it's all about finding out what the real truth of the matter is. In this case, it is defending your truth. In this case, it is determining the truth. In this case, it's reevaluating and asking, what is the truth? What is my truth? What do I want to nurture, like in a garden, or when the farmer waters the crops every day? What is it that you want to create? What is it that you want to spend time nurturing so that you actually get the results that you want? At the end of the month, it's saying to me, am I getting the results that I want? And so I'm just getting a lot of 7 energy with examine the choices that you're making. Are you choosing the thing that you want? And is it turning out to be really what you thought it was? 7 of Wands, are you willing to defend what it is you believe in and stand up for it? And then 7 of Coins saying, is it giving you the result that you want? Are you nurturing and harvesting the seeds that you've planted? Are these the results that you want?